So you're thinking about moving to the Augusta, Georgia area? Well, before you make that huge move, let me tell you about some things that no one else has probably shared with you when it comes to moving to the Augusta, Georgia area, or anywhere for that matter. So if you're moving long distance from another state to Augusta, Georgia, or if you're moving from another country to Augusta, Georgia, or if you're moving from another part of Georgia, specifically to the Augusta, Georgia area, this video is definitely going to help you avoid making some huge mistakes when relocating to Augusta. So I'm going to share with you 7 crucial tips based upon my personal experience of relocating here from the Midwest that I've learned, and I know this information is going to help you. So don't move here until you watch this complete video, because it's going to save you time, money, and stress when moving to the Augusta, Georgia area. And all of that is coming up just for you right after this. Hey everybody, if this is your first time to the channel, welcome to the original Living in Augusta, Georgia channel. Here is where you'll learn what it's like to live, work, and play in the Augusta, Georgia area. I'm Delresa, Augusta Certified Relocation Specialist, and my team and I specialize specifically with assisting people relocate from all over the world and relocating here to the Augusta, Georgia area. So whether you're planning to retire, if you're military, if you're changing jobs, or if you're moving for a change of lifestyle, we can definitely help you with your real estate needs. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and tap the bell for the notifications so you don't miss out on anything. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you some of the things that I learned when my family and I moved here from the Chicagoland area back in 2015. So do not move here until you watch this entire video, because I'm going to give you 7 moving tips that you do not want to be without. I'm telling you, you really don't want to be without these, because these tips will help your moving experience go a lot smoother. It could save you money in the long run. And then also stick around for the last tip, because that one you won't want to miss, because that will help you not only when you move here, but it will help you once you get settled into the area. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the video. So as you're deciding to relocate to the Augusta, Georgia area and you're researching if you can do this, my very first tip that I recommend is to take a discovery trip to the area. So the fact that you're on this channel, obviously you're interested, or you're at least curious about Augusta, Georgia. So if you're planning to move to the Augusta, Georgia area, you want to know what it's really like to live here. If you're able to, I recommend you take a discovery visit by coming to Augusta, Georgia. Just visit for a few days, maybe a weekend if you can't stay for more than 5 days. So of course I know everyone can't do that because of course your location, sometimes out of the country, your job situation, which is why I try to be as thorough as possible to give you all as much information on the channel. So my personal story is my family and I, we moved from the Midwest to this area, to the Georgia area back in 2015. But before we actually moved here, before we visited quite a number of times, a few times, just really to discover the area, because we didn't know anyone here. We were literally taking a leap of faith and moving our jobs here. We were running from the cold weather. So we came out here to discover the neighborhoods, the schools, the amenities. And there weren't any agents on YouTube at the time, so there was no one to really navigate us and show us the process. So this is why I have, for you guys, I do a personalized discovery package when you decide to come here and visit. These are customized based upon your needs. It's loaded with resources that's specifically for what you're looking for when you visit. So I recommend, if you're able to do that, I know everyone can't do it because sometimes the cost that is involved, the distance that's involved, but if you're able to do that, definitely do a discovery tour. And if you're planning your discovery visit, let's talk before you visit, because that way I'll have resources specifically for you before you get here. So if I haven't met you on Zoom, click the link in the comments below to schedule a Zoom, and then we can talk about your discovery visit. Then I'll be able to customize the discovery package just for you before you get here. So then when you arrive, we can make the best of your time without wasting any of it, because everything is going to be personalized literally just for what you're looking for. So now you decide that you're going to move to the Augusta, Georgia area. You visited, you like it, you've decided that you absolutely want to move here. The next step is to eliminate or declutter as much as you can before calling your movers. So this is really going to depend upon your time frame. And the reason I recommend decluttering before calling the movers for a quote is because you want to have the most accurate picture possible as far as the amount of things that you'll need to move, because you're going to have to try to give that assessment to the movers. You do not want to pay the movers to bring unnecessary belongings that you're going to end up donating when you get here, because moving can be kind of expensive. So I recommend you take advantage of this time and you decide that you're gonna move, then start decluttering. So honestly, decluttering has a lot of different faces because you can either donate, you can give away things, you can have a garage sale. We had a garage sale, and what we did, it was a lot easier for us. We just had the children get their toys together. We told them we're gonna let them have a garage sale, and whatever they got from the garage sale, they could keep those proceeds from their toys. That helped to go a lot easier because they were motivated by getting the money to, you know, from their items. Another thing we did was we did consignment. We had a baby grand piano. We didn't want to take a chance on moving that baby grand piano, having it shipped 800 miles here, and then take a chance on it getting out of tune. We weren't sure about the size of the room that it would be in here, so we just did a consignment. And then we had another item. We had a 34-foot RV with a slide out, and we actually used to put it on the back of our Suburban, but we ended up selling that. So that's another thing you could do. You can give away things, donate. So when you declutter, you can donate, give away things, you can do consignment, you can do garage sales. So it comes a lot of ways. I recommend, highly recommend that you start doing that. If you're planning to move here, even this year, definitely start decluttering now, little by little. You're gonna thank me later. It's gonna be very beneficial for you. So when talking about decluttering, I think about the next tip. Tip number 3 is to label your boxes effectively. This one may seem really simple to those who have moved a few times, but for those who haven't moved in a while or at all, this tip is gonna save you a lot of time when unpacking. So tip number 3 is to label your boxes by room. So label them with a permanent marker. Get yourself a permanent marker. It's gonna make it easier to read. All the boxes that you pack, say for instance in the kitchen, should be marked kitchen in big bold letters. Then whether you're hiring the movers, if you're doing it yourself, you're getting your cousins, your friends helping you, once the boxes arrive to your house here in the Augusta, Georgia area, make sure the boxes that are placed in the appropriate rooms that are marked are placed in the appropriate rooms. So that may sound like a little simple tip, but let me tell you, it's gonna save you a lot of time when unpacking, and everything is gonna end up in the right place faster. So kitchen items, take the marker, mark it as kitchen. Then when the people unpack it, have them put the kitchen boxes in the kitchen. Just pack them up, pile them up over in a corner somewhere in the kitchen, and then you can gradually start unpacking one by one. That will save them, trust me, that will save you a lot of time. So before we go to the next numbers, I really want to personally thank you. I really appreciate you all tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, now is a fantastic time. And now that we're officially through the first half of the year, for those of you wanting to move to our area this year, if you and I have not spoken already, it's really time to get on my schedule so we can jump on a Zoom and I can help you with your relocation strategy. And I'll personalize it just for you. Reach out so we can talk. You can give me a call or send me a text at the number that's here on the screen, or the best way is to click the link in the comments and schedule a Zoom. And then that way I'll learn all about your needs when it comes to real estate. Then I'll put together a customized relocation plan for you, help your move go smoothly. And if you want access to our exclusive list of available homes specifically for our area, now this is actually the most up-to-date list of inventory beyond what you find on realtor.com and zillow.com. So reach out to me. I can provide that for you. I can give you exclusive access. You can click the link in the comments and we can go ahead and connect. So let's get back to the video that you were watching. So then tip number 4 is to keep your important documents handy. So you want to keep your essential documents like your IDs. You got various IDs, your passports, your medical records, your moving contracts, your information for your children. Keep it in a secure and easily accessible place. And definitely you want to make sure that that box and that container, whatever you have it in, make sure that goes with you. I wouldn't recommend letting that go with the movers just in case something happens. Definitely keep all of those essential papers with you if you don't have everything electronically. Sometimes we do have paperwork still. We do have paperwork even though most things are electronic now. Make sure you keep those things with you, but keep it in one place together and keep those things with you. Another thing you could do is like you can put even like your children's birth certificates, or social security cards, your marriage certificates, your if there are any death certificates that you're keeping, divorce decrees, all of that information, you can keep it in a binder. So get yourself a 3-ring binder, keep that in a binder, put it in one of those covers, then you have everything together right there for you. It's easily accessible and it's all together. So tip number 5 is to bring your essential belongings to a storage unit here to the area. So remember that I mentioned we visited a few times before we actually moved. What I didn't tell you was each time we visited, we would drive here and we would load up our SUV full of essential items that we would need right away, and we'll put them in storage. So things like pots, pans, dishes, basically things things we needed right away, because for us, I moved here 7 weeks before my husband and the children, because my job started here before the children's school year ended. So I was literally here without my family for literally 7.5 weeks to be exact. I wasn't staying in the Airbnb. I was staying in the home that we were renting at the time. So we rented a storage unit, and every time we would visit, we would bring items and we'll put them in those storage. Trust me, that was very helpful for me, and it really helped make our move smoother. I had my personal belongings here when I moved. I didn't have to worry about trying to go to the store and buy a lot of things. Of course, there were some few little things that I would need right away, but I had most of my things that I needed here. So definitely, if you're able to do that, even when you take your discovery visit, if you know that you're gonna move here and you know that you wanna be in a certain school district for your children, find a storage unit that's in that school zone, and then you'll end up more than likely having that facility near your home. So when you get here, you can just unpack some of those things. If you're able to do that, and that's if you're driving down to the Augusta, Georgia area. That will save you a lot, and that will really help your move to go a lot more smoother. So the next tip number 6, is to schedule utilities in advance. So a lot of times this is a crucial step that I'm telling you, because you got so many things going on when you're moving. This one can easily be overlooked, and you do not want to move into a new home and realize that you don't have electricity, water, and your internet set up. So as soon as you have the address that you're moving to, start really researching your utilities. So actually, what I have for you is I have a free concierge service, and it makes the process easier for you. So whether you're buying or renting, you can go to this website that's here on the screen, or you can call the number on the screen. They'll do all the research for you. It's absolutely free, no strings attached. They'll get the pricing. They'll tell you the utility company options we have in our area, because we have options here. Then you can continue to pack, get ready to move, and then once they get the utility service information for you, you then make the final calls. You set up your service. You decide who you want to go with. It's just that simple. This is a free service, because I'm telling you, you have a lot on your plate when it comes to moving. So call the number. They'll handle the utility research for you, and you don't have to focus on anything else except for just basically your move. So thanks for sticking around, because you made it to the bonus tip, which is tip number 7. This one is really helpful. Tip number 7 is to get involved with the local associations here, like the Chamber of Commerce, some type of community events. So remember I mentioned that I moved here 7 weeks before my husband and the children? Well, I moved here, I did not know a soul. I didn't know one person here in the area. I was totally unfamiliar with the area. I had no family here. My mom actually ended up coming down with me for 7 weeks, but we didn't know anyone here. So for those 7 weeks, I started building my network. I would go to local events after work, business after hours. I got involved with associations, and as a result, I was asked to be the local Chamber of Commerce for Columbia. I was asked to be the chair of the Columbia County Chamber of Commerce Ambassador Committee. That was huge for me. So when I lived in Illinois, I was involved with the Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce, where my business was, but I wasn't in leadership there. So getting involved here right away and expanding my network helped me become an integral part of the community. So it brought networking opportunities, and it helped me meet so many people who still to this day are dear friends of mine. So I highly recommend you do that as your time allows. I know everyone doesn't have a lot of time to do that when they move here, but that's something that you can do. But there you have it, the moving tips plus the bonus tip to make your transition to Georgia a lot smoother, save you time, save you money. If you found this video to be helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more relocation tips and information on Augusta, our home tours. And then if you're ready for your discovery tour that I mentioned earlier, and if you want me to create the personalized relocation plan for you, like I mentioned, I can't help you unless you give me a call. So give me a call. You can shoot me a text, or you can schedule a Zoom at the link below. It's right in the link below. I'll be happy to help you get relocated here. I appreciate you watching. I cannot wait to meet you. I look forward to meeting you and your family. And once again, my name is Delresa Rollerson, and I'll see you in the next video.